Now, you did mention, just very briefly, under the now retired from office President Musharraf,
Yeah.
he's had a lot of critics about what he's done for this country, what he hasn't done for this country, but there are people from the business community who do say that a lot of his policies did allow the country to at least make some rapid progress in a very short space of time. Do you agree with that notion?
Yeah, I do. I mean, look, most of the people criticizing President Musharraf have no clue or any business experience. Or if you ask them what the GNP of Pakistan is, they don't know. So, I mean, they talk a lot of nonsense. And, you know, so much money came in, where is it gone? But it's, you know, even if somebody is gone, we have a very unfortunate tradition in Pakistan that everything he's done is wrong. It's not the case. I mean, there were some very positive things happened. And, you know, if you try and deny it, then you're not telling the truth.
You talked about the political stability. If I just want to bring you round to that side. Very briefly, what was your relationship like with the former president?
You know, when he appointed me a minister in the interim government, I'd never met him in my life on a one-to-one basis, ever. He'd heard of me, and some people recommended my name. And he called me up and said, look, I just want you to run the industries and make sure that till the election they run. I was given a clear-cut assurance that he would take off his uniform and he'd have elections, which he did. So I was looking for about 3 months, but after Bibi's assassination, it went to over 4 months. I met him on functions occasionally, but never on a one-to-one basis. In fact, the first time I met him on a one-to-one basis was when he called me up to tell me that the People's Party has recommended me as Governor of Punjab. So I went and met him, and then I talked to him. And, you know, he discussed what he thinks is good for Pakistan and so on. And he never had any, he never gave me any agenda, really.
So the assertion that you were his hand-picked candidate is wrong, the speculation.
No, he obviously liked me, or he must have had some respect for me. A lot of people know me without having met me. So he heard a lot of things and he knew a lot of things about me, but I had no personal relationship with him. It's only afterwards I became governor, I met him on some occasions privately, here or at Murray or at his house and so on, where we sat and chatted or spent, you know, and had a meal together or something. So, you know, that's it. And this is an accusation which my political opponents try to levy to try and imply that I was in some way some kind of brigade commander sent to Punjab on the behest of President Musharraf. I was not. And I have a long history of having fought for democracy. I've been to jail many times. I've never in my life done anything other than fight for democracy. And even one of the reasons why I've gone into the media is to put my view forward. And my view is liberal, it's democratic, and even when I was in the interim government, my media side was totally independent. They would criticize the government, they would say whatever they liked. So we have different points of view, even in one business. It's not a one uniform point of view. There are big contradictions in their points of view, and that's fine.
That's healthy.
It's healthy.
Your current relationship with the current dispensation is being, obviously your political opponents have been shouting from the rooftops that you're there to destabilize them and you're there to keep them in check, etc., etc., etc. Obviously, there was a history, you have had a bit of a history with your political rivals, particularly in the 90s, where you were on the receiving end of it. You don't believe in politics of vendetta?
What have I done? I've done nothing.
No, your opponents say that he's just waiting for the right moment to strike.
Well, you know, if you've got a guilty conscience, you must be thinking that. But I've done nothing so far. In fact, when the Chief Minister had to take oath, the present Chief Minister, I went out of my way to facilitate him. I mean, if I wanted to stick a spoke in his wheel, he still wouldn't be Chief Minister.
So why have they got the hump, Governor? Why have the PMLN got the hump? Chaudhry Nisar talks about conspiracies being hatched in the presidency. I mean, I know it's old rhetoric now, it's wearing a bit thin, but
I mean,
can't be smoke without fire.
There can be, because For example, one thing my opponents keep on doing is constantly running rumors and stories and tickers that the governor's gone, the governor's been changed, the governor's without any basis whatsoever. I enjoy the full confidence of the Prime Minister, of the co-chairperson, who recommended me as governor and on whose basis I am the governor. The President only signs. So first of all, the fact that they are, I would say, being malicious is obvious by the fact that, first of all, I'm not recommended by the President to be the governor. I was recommended by the Prime Minister, and the Prime Minister's Pakistan People's Party. And if I had become the governor without their recommendation, they would have been the ones screaming from the rooftops that who made him governor of Punjab. Secondly, when the Chief Minister had to take over as Chief Minister, if I hadn't accepted the resignation of the temporary Chief Minister, that young Khosa boy, I could have delayed it for 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I could have spent another 2 weeks before I called the assembly. I didn't have to prorogue it immediately. Then I recalled it again, told him to take a vote of confidence. And then the swearing in I had on a Sunday, when on Monday his case was coming up for a stay order. So they came running to me, please do it in the evening, do it in the evening. So I went out of my way to facilitate him becoming the Chief Minister. If I didn't want to do it, I wanted to delay, I wanted to do a conspiracy, because Musharraf was still the president then. So for the democratic process, I have done everything that has to be done. And so where is the conspiracy?
The conspiracy may stem from
your opening. Maybe it's in their brains, you know.
Your speech on the lawns here,
yeah.
Some said it was not in good taste. It was perhaps the wrong forum for you to be making such a staunch speech regarding making this the bastion of the PPP and having young Bilawal fight from here. Was that you just in your element?
That's a message. I wanted to make it clear, because before that, they had started attacking me, that I was the president's, some kind of president's wedge in the government, and I was going to destabilize, and I was the president's man, and destabilizing the democratic process. So I said, look, I've come from the Shahi Killa to the governor's house. I was in the torture centers of the Shahi Killa, and I've come to the governor's house. So nobody can teach me about democracy, not these people. You know, I didn't develop my political talents under General Zia-ul Haq. So nobody can give me a lesson on democracy. And I made it very clear that I was the nominee of the Pakistan People's Party. And I said it, that I want to make one thing very clear. I am the representative of the federal government of Pakistan in Punjab. And the federal government of Pakistan is the Pakistan People's Party. So
you were just telling the truth?
I was just telling the truth.
Everybody, every political analyst, pundit has said that.
Shall we go up and sit in the air conditioner now?